Hey guys, of course me, and I'm back. I've been working on this for a couple days now, and I do it in between waiting for my son, who is in court right now on Valentine's Day, for his last set of tickets. Hoorah! Let's listen to some inconsistencies in what I believe is going on. These are my thoughts and opinions, okay, guys? So I have some clips in here. First off, I couldn't get over the peanut butter jar. I don't know how she gets it that clean, but she does not waste any. Is it a spoon? Is it a finger? Is it both? One never knows. This is hysterical. Go GB.
Further away the iPad so you're not like a giant head, big head, little head, like that.
Oh, we always knew you had a little head.
What was it from Tommy Boy? Fat guy in a little coat.
I was thinking more like Uncle Fester from the original Addams Family.
I'm not offended by that. He was crazy, brave, and all about his family. And kind of smart too. So that's not an insult. That's not the insult you think it is.
Starry night. Did you do more rearranging in the living room today? Oh, yay.
Oh,
Well,
yesterday.
yes, further away the iPad so you're not like a giant head, big head, little head, like that.
Oh, we always knew you had a little head.
What was it from Tommy Boy? Fat guy in a little coat.
I was thinking more like Uncle Fester from the original Addams Family.
Sally's cackle.
I'm not offended by that. He was crazy, brave, and all about his family. And kind of smart too. So
Don't quote me, but I think Uncle Fester had amnesia, and that's why they searched so hard and long for him. How smart are you?
personal insight. She said I was a hospice nurse, or she said hospice nurse, for a lot of years and then got cancer. I think that's what she said. So it's nice to really talk to her about stuff, not only as her being my care provider, but also her first person perspective, you know, from a patient perspective. The other thing is the social work aspect. I feel like, Jimmy, did you feel like you got some good work out of that today?
Yeah.
So I do too. So social work came today to talk to us, just to really talk to us about all the things that the future holds. Things we've kind of not necessarily actively been avoiding, but like really we haven't been talking about. Even though I'm not ready to go tomorrow, nobody knows, you know. So she was asking stuff like a DNR, and I was like, well, right now I'm not close to the cancer killing me dead, but I do have a long history of like heart disease, so I don't want to like have a DNR, because if like my heart stops for like any reason, I don't want them to not let me live. Like if the cancer's not going to kill me for 10 years, I'd like to just have those 10 years or whatever. So I'm not ready for a DNR yet. But I also told Jim whatever he wants to do. My own thing was, as long as there's a brain cell. Now I say that in all honesty because people have like been almost brain dead with just a few cells left and have come back and remembered everything. And then there are people who have been in comas with like little brain activity who have come back and not remembered anything. So it's like you really don't know until, you know, a miracle happens. So I'm all for miracles. Miracles happen all the time. Medical miracles especially. So I'm like, whatever, you know, you really want to do. If you want to keep me plugged in until everybody can come say goodbye, that's fine. But in my personal opinion, if I still have a brain cell working, I'll do my best. But anyway, I'm not trying to lighten the situation. I'm not trying to laugh about the situation, but I'm also like, it's a heavy situation, but it doesn't have to be. The reason I say that is because if you're right with God, if you're right with yourself, if you're right with the world, and you know that I have a lot of life to live and I have a lot of things that I want to do, but I also know that I've lived a good life and I've had love in my life and all these things. And if I needed to go tomorrow, it would be on good terms, if that makes any sense. So getting right with yourself is kind of where it's at, you know. Yeah, I don't have a death wish or anything, but I just like, you know, that's what I said to her. I was like, I don't know, you know, I'm sorry, just tucking that bandage in. I said, you know, if we, you never know what's going to happen, you know. She was asking about what kind of services you think you would have. And I said, what I talked to Jim about, I said, it really depends. If I slowly am dying over the course of a month and everybody's had a chance to have closure and say goodbye to me, you might not need to have a service. However, if for some reason I throw a blood clot or something, God forbid, knock on wood, and I go tomorrow, nobody really had the closure, so you might want to have a service. But I told him, like I told my sister, and I told everybody, I won't be there. So whatever you need to do, you guys do. You discuss it amongst yourselves. So there is that. What else? So that was good that she came, and we're going to get services. They're going to have somebody come and help me take a shower, make the bed. And then there's going to be somebody coming, a homemaker, to give us 2 hours of, well, Jimmy really, 2 hours of housekeeping a week, which is whatever 2 hours. I said, even if he does, Jimmy does like a deep clean on the counters every weekend. So even if he deep cleans the counters and just saves 2 hours of Jimmy having to do that every weekend, you know, like that is perfect. So a week, which is whatever 2 hours. I said, even if he does, Jimmy does like a deep clean on the counters every week. Yeah, I mean, so I went to my primary, and she wants me to increase my protein intake. And originally she was like, you need 170 grams of protein a day. And I was like, that seemed like a lot. But it's only 6 ounces. And I'm like, I said to Jim, I was like, I eat 6 ounces of protein per meal. never mind a day. And maybe that's what she meant. Maybe I need 180 ounces of protein per meal, which I don't always get. I'm not going to lie. I think there's 30 grams of protein in the scoop of protein powder that he puts in my oatmeal. So there's that. I know there's a little bit of protein in oatmeal, but really not a lot. And I know that there is 36 grams of protein in a protein shake. I do Greek yogurt, and that has protein in it. Like, so it seems like I was doing, like, you know, last night I had a half of a 12-ounce steak at Jimmy's birthday dinner. The only reason I didn't finish the whole steak is because it takes me so long to eat now. I used to be the first one finished, that I was like, they all wanted to have dessert. So when I woke up this morning, I got a phone call from the oncologist who got all the results, and the oncologist's nurse said, he said, everything looks wonderful. You have regression of the disease. You have shrinking of tumors. Some tumors have been eliminated, and there's no new growth. And I was like, happy tears, all the happy tears. I was like a little, not in shock, but pleasantly surprised. I will tell you, I have all the hope in the world, and I have the belief, but because I feel so good, I just assumed nothing was working. I know that sounds crazy. The only negative side effect that I'm having right now is exhaustion and occasional nausea, but those are actually even side effects of kidney cancer, like not just of chemotherapy. So there's nothing like extra. My slow healing process, again, I'm type 2 diabetic, so things heal slower. They're even going a little slower because of the chemotherapy, but hardly anything worth, like they're still headed in the right direction of healing. Like the 2 areas on my back, they've gotten down to like almost nothing. So warning, trigger warning, I'm going to insert pictures here, the latest from last night. So you'll see they're down to like a lot smaller area that they were, but they still are not shrinking as quickly as they were before I was on chemotherapy, like while I was on no treatment. But of course, being anxious that I wanted to like be killing this cancer in me, I was anxious to get back on it. So it's just really great news. And I had to tell everybody before I could even vlog, and I was waiting. My one sister is working today, so I was just like, I just have to text you. She's like, I said, call me when you're done. And she's like, is everything okay? And I was like, all right, I'll just tell you. I wanted to tell you face to face over FaceTime, but it's okay. I was like, everything is just really good. I've got the tumor in my kidney is 3.1 by 3.9 now. If you guys remember, it started at like 9.1, the mass was when I first got diagnosed. The tumor in my back has also shrunk, but we knew that from the scans at the spine surgeon when he took off the brace. And then the one in my rib is gone again. If you remember, it was gone in March, back in June, but gone again. And then I just have lots of nothing new, no new lesions, no new metastases, which is fantastic. I had a glass-like image in my upper lobe, left lobe last time on the CAT scan, and there's nothing there now. It is also resolved. It's funny because on a CT scan, it says like, it's a very long vlog because I'm going to post it for 2 days because cat's out of the bag. It's no longer a surprise. I'm no longer surprising my sister in Las Vegas. I am actually, she knows. So, there's been a lot to talk to you about. I will get on it right away. First of all, hi. I am very stressed out, and it's not because, and my aide just said, why did you wait for all the stuff for the last minute? I said, actually, I prefer the last minute pack because stuff's in the wash that I like use every day, and then the stuff that I have to use every day. And when I last minute pack, that reminds me I'm still packing as I wake up tomorrow morning, so I won't forget any of my last minute stuff. But that's not what I'm stressed out about. I'm stressed out because I did not sleep last night because I have been in such pain with my back. Here's the latest revelations. I did say vlogsters, but I believe this is going to go on the main page. So, vlogsters and all, welcome back to my channel. I had to stop the chemotherapy. Now, warning, warning, warning. Gross pictures coming. My back has gotten awful. So, I'm going to show you a picture first of what it looked like at its most healed and what it looks like now after being on the chemotherapy for 3 months. I've been on the chemotherapy now, actually almost 4 months. It was 1 month of every other day, and by December 1st, which is just Wednesday, would have been 4 months, 3 months of solid medication, and no, September, October, November, yeah, so 3 months of solid medication and 1 month of every other day. I can't anymore. It's getting worse, not better, and it's grown, so instead of shrink. If you guys remember from when I had my surgery on my leg, and I started the chemotherapy started to eat the surgical scars, because it does eat rapidly producing cells. That's what it does. So any injury is got rapidly producing cells because it's trying to repair itself. So just like my mouth, just like my private areas, those cells constantly regenerate. And that's why they get attacked by the chemotherapy. That's the only reason. Does it happen to everybody? No. Does it happen to a lot of people? Yes. It's more common than a rarity. Let's put it that way. It's a common side effect, as they would call. The pain that it's causing right now is now becoming a problem. We were still treating it, and it just, I want to say it all of a sudden stopped growing and got worse within the last week. It got really bad within the last 2 weeks now. But this whole last week, I actually stopped it on Wednesday. Wednesday was the first day I was on no chemo. Maybe it was Thursday. But anyway, I wanted to make sure it was Thursday, because Wednesday I contacted my doctors. I wanted to make sure it was okay with them, to make sure that, to tell them why, and to update everybody. My doctor wants me to follow up with the dermatologist as soon as she comes back from maternity leave. And in the meantime, I'm just going to continue to treat. I'm going to be away for 3 weeks. I'm spending 2 weeks in Las Vegas at my sister's house. And then we're going from Las Vegas to Texas, and we're going to spend a few days in Texas, about a week actually, and then we're going to come back for a couple of days. Actually, maybe not even a week. And I'm going to come back for a couple of days and then bring Lisa's 2 oldest grandsons. The oldest has never been here.
What's very odd is that Jerry Ann says she needs to increase her protein. No, when you have stage 4 kidney cancer, you need to decrease. She is not giving out the correct information. And guess what? I won't stop. I can't stop. I'm going to prove you wrong, Jerry. Quit faking stage 4 cancer. It's disgusting.